It's been rumored for a while, but Sony is closing the PlayStation Store for the PSP, PS3, and the PlayStation Vita. Let's talk. Actually, it looks like Sony has reversed this decision for the PS3 and the Vita. While they still plan to close the PlayStation Store for the PSP, it looks like they're going to keep the store open for the PS3 and the Vita for the foreseeable future. Let's talk about this. Hey everybody, Bloodmoon Bobby here. So the other day I talked about how Sony initially planned to close down the PlayStation Store for the PS3, Vita, and the PSP. And at the time, it was honestly an announcement that I saw coming because this is what tends to happen to a lot of gaming consoles as they get older. Eventually, the companies themselves tend to stop online services, kind of like what happened to the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo DSi when their stores closed down. So I figured that, that announcement was basically inevitable. But at least for the Vita and PS3, it looks like Sony has decided to reverse the decision and the PlayStation Store will remain open for those two particular systems. This is what PlayStation head Jim Ryan had to say, quote, "Recently, we notified players that PlayStation Store for PS3 and PS Vita devices was planned to end this summer. Upon further reflection, however, it's clear that we made the wrong decision here. So today I'm happy to say that we will be keeping the PlayStation Store operational for PS3 and PS Vita devices. PSP Commerce functionality will retire on July 2nd, 2021 as planned. So keep in mind they still plan to close the PlayStation Store for the PSP. When we initially came to the decision to end purchasing support for PS3 and PS Vita, it was born out of a number of factors, including commerce support challenges for older devices and the ability for us to focus more of our resources on newer devices where a majority of our gamers are playing on. We see now that many of you are incredibly passionate about being able to continue purchasing classic games on PS3 and PS Vita for the foreseeable future, so I'm glad we were able to find a solution to continue operations." And so Engadget said that the initial announcement that the store was going to close for the PS3, Vita, and PSP was initially met with backlash, especially since there were concerns many PS3 and Vita games will be impossible to play on Sony's current systems like the PS4 and PS5 unless they were re-released or put out on PlayStation Now. But now Sony has reversed the decision for the PS3 and Vita's PlayStation stores. So yeah, I am happy to hear that the PlayStation Store will remain open for the PS3 and the Vita. And funny enough, I'll turn my Vita on. I've talked about this particular Vita in some videos before. And, what's funny is that I actually picked up this particular Vita recently. One was because I was waiting for the Vita's price to come down. I actually wanted to get the OG Vita instead of the Slim in order to experience its OLED screen. But the other reason I picked up the Vita when I did was because I wasn't really sure how much longer Sony was going to continue operating the PlayStation Store for the Vita. Like I said in the intro, a lot of the console makers, they tend to close down the online stores for their systems after a number of years, especially when their successors have come out. But now it looks like Sony is going to keep the PlayStation Store open for the Vita and the PS3 for the foreseeable future. And so keep in mind, the PlayStation Store for the PSP will still close as planned on July 2nd. But I am glad that this would give the opportunity for a lot of PS3 and Vita customers or more chances in order to pick up games digitally. I know that I'm on my own personal Vita. I would say half to around 2/3 of my Vita collection consists of digitally downloaded games. Like some of my favorites I picked up included the Metal Gear Solid HD collection and the God of War HD collection as well. And I also like picking up, and I think this is very prudent for people who want to play PSP games on the Vita, and that is because the Vita does not have a UMD drive, it takes cartridges. The only way to play PSP games is you're going to have to download them through the PlayStation Store. So if you want to get a really awesome PSP game, like one that I keep coming back to is Ridge Racer for PSP, PSP, you're going to have to get it for the PlayStation Store. Another reason I heard that there was some backlash regarding the initial announcement that the PlayStation Store was going to close, particularly for the Vita, is that there are actually still some developers out there making games for the Vita. A lot of them actually didn't find out about the announcement until basically we found out. A lot of developers found out about the initial closure announcement around the same time as the consumers did. So if Sony just decided to close the Vita store, they would basically have to rush out their games or even straight up cancel their projects. So I am glad that because the store is going to remain open for the Vita and the PS3, the developers will be able to finish up their projects. And I am pleasantly surprised to see that there is still a thriving community of PlayStation Vita fans out there. Even though, yeah, I know the Vita didn't sell well in terms of portable gaming consoles, it is still cool to see that despite that, there is still there's still a great, passionate, outspoken community out there. I've seen in my previous PlayStation Vita videos that there are still people out there recommending games. I've talked to a lot of these people who are like recommending games. I remember somebody on Twitter actually recommended that I pick up this Ratchet and Clank game for the Vita, and I've had other recommendations, and people also talk about things like the controversial memory card prices and even which version of the Vita they're going to get, like whether they're going to get the OG Vita like the one I have or the slim version. So it is cool to see that there is still a community out there. So in the end, I am glad that for now Sony continues to plan I am glad that Sony is continuing to keep the PlayStation Store open for the PS3 and the Vita for the foreseeable future. I know there's a lot of Vita games on the PlayStation Store for people to check out, as well as for the PS3. I don't have a PS3 myself, but I have played PS3 versions of Ninja Gaiden Sigma and Dynasty Warriors 7 and God of War 3 using PlayStation Now. So there is a good library out there. So in the end, I'm glad that Sony has reversed their decision, at least for now, for the PS3 and Vita's PlayStation stores. Leave all your thoughts down below. How do you personally feel about this announcement? Are you excited that Sony is keeping the store open for the PS3 and Vita, or have you went over to the PS4 and PS5, which I'm still trying to find a PS5, which isn't going to be easy with the ongoing chip shortage. But leave all those thoughts down below, and until next time, this has been Bloodman Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos, and ring the bell to be notified about my latest uploads. Don't forget to follow me on social media for my latest opinions and video updates. I hope to see you next time.